So, good afternoon, class. So today's lecture is all about pronouns, and pronouns they're the ones that are used in place of a noun. For example, you have the he, she, they, and exactly. So today, I want us briefly to talk about pronouns and their forms and different types of pronouns that we have in English, so that at least you can expand knowledge, so that when you're going for your teaching practice you can know what to tell those kids. If maybe they ask you what's a pronoun, you don't have to jiggle for you to answer. So quickly, uh, as usual, Dr. Kinya Rispa, and I'm here to talk about pronouns. And as I've said, a pronoun is a word that takes place in one or more noun. So let's talk about personal pronoun. So before that, the most frequently used pronouns are called personal pronouns. They refer to people or things. So we have personal pronouns used as subjects. For example, so subject pronouns is used as a subject of a sentence. For example, we have she, it, he, you, I. For example, in a sentence, you have she is my best friend. So she is the subject personal pronoun. In that case, it is my dog. It is my dog. So it is used as a personal pronoun as a subject. Does he know the answer? He. It's used the same as the subject pronoun. And you and I will meet later is used as a subject pronoun. So the object pronoun in the personal pronoun. So an object pronoun is used as the direct or indirect objects uh, or the object of the preposition. So for example, we have me, her, you, it, them. Example in a sentence, we have give me the book to me. So, at your own time, identify me if it is a direct object or indirect object. And before I go further, the thing that will guide you to identify if we have it's a direct object or indirect object. So, in the direct object, you ask yourself what and whom, for example, of what of if you want to if you want to identify direct or indirect object, in that case you have to ask yourself the following question: of what, for what, to what, or of whom, to whom, for whom. So the teacher gave her a reprimand. So her, it's a object. So at your own time, identify if it's a direct or indirect object. So, list of personal pronouns. You have subject pronouns as singular, then you have as plural. So, singular, you have I, in plural, you have we. You, in the you, it will not change in plural or in singular form. He, she, it in singular, then they in plural. So, object pronouns, you have me in singular, plural, you have us. You, it will not change either in object or subject as singular or plural. Then him, her, it in singular, in plural, we have them. So you have pronouns and antecedents. So read the following sentence. Can you tell to whom the word she refers? For example, Arakan competes with Athena, so she weaves skillfully. So the sentence is not clear because the word she could refer to either Arachne or Athena. So sometimes you must repeat a noun or rewrite the sentence. So in this sentence, Arachne competes with Athena, and Athena weaves skillfully. So a noun or a group of words that a pronoun refers is called antecedent. A noun or a group of words that a pronoun refers to is called antecedent. So when you use a pronoun, you should be sure that it refers to its antecedent clearly. So be specific and be careful when you use the pronoun they. So, for example, we have several books about Greek myths in the library. So, in this case, the meaning of they, because you've said they, because the meaning of they is unclear. The sentence can be improved by rewriting the following uh, as follows. Several books about mates are available at the library. So pronouns, when using pronouns, you must also make sure that they agree with their antecedents in numbers, in singular or in plural, and gender. And the gender, you have the female or male, that is masculine or feminine. Then we have the neuter. The neuter, we talks about the things. Yeah, that's why you use the it in that case. So in this slide, I want you notice that how pronouns agree with their antecedent, and you have said what antecedent is. Yeah? It's the one that pronouns refers to. So, for example, the myth of Arachne is amusing. I enjoyed it. What did you enjoy? It's so basically antecedent they use to refer to the pronouns that are used to refer to, they're called the antecedent. So it's a pronoun that is used to refer to the in that sentence come up with your own, and they come up with their own sentence, and it must be grammatically correct. Yeah? So, in the first sentence, when mate is the antecedent of the pronoun it, because what are we talking about? It refers to what? The mate. So, in the second one, the bystanders sees Athena. They watch her at the loom. So, her in that case is the pronoun. Yeah. So, so bystanders is the antecedent of they, and the Adena is the antecedent of her, because her it represents the pronoun what, the name of that young lady. Yeah. So they it's represent, it's the antecedent of what. So bystanders is the antecedent of they in that case. So using pronouns correctly. So subject pronouns are used in compound subjects, and object pronouns are used in compound objects. So subject pronouns are used in the compound subjects, whereas the object pronouns are used in the compound object. For example, he and Carmen wrote a report on the subject. So not him and Carmen. Tell John and me about Icarus. So not John and I. The object. John, tell John and who. Mhm. So using so you have a preposition takes an object, just many verbs do. The object of the preposition can be simple or compound. In either case, in either case, use an object pronoun as the object of the preposition. For example, Lee read a famous myth to me. So Lee read a famous Roman myth to John and me. The use of the prepositional in that case, the use of the preposition as subject or object in that case. Yeah. So the me in the above examples. So if you are not sure of which form of the pronoun to use, say the sentence aloud with only the pronoun as the subject or the object. Your ear will tell you which form is correct. For example, whenever the pronoun I is part of the compound subject, it should always be placed after the other part of the subject. Similarly, when the pronoun me is part of the compound object, it should go after other parts of the object. So vice versa is also true in that case. So in this case, you have to say Lee and I read some ancient Roman myth, not I and Lee. It should be Lee and I. So mythology interests Lee and me, not me and Lee. So for the above rules that I've given you about the, the object used as the preposition and so on, please work on them. Yeah? So using in informal writing and speech, use a subject pronoun after linking verb. Use a subject pronoun after linking verb. For example, the writer of this report was she. It is I. So you have another. That one was basically about the personal pronouns. So let's go to possessive pronouns. So possessive pronouns is a pronoun that shows how, who, or what has something. Who is possessing or who is the owner of that something. So a possessive pronoun may take the place of the possessive noun. For example, Homer's story is famous. So the possessive, in that case, yeah, we have Homer's when you have apostrophe, then S, and we can have still use of the pronoun as the possessive pronoun. For example, his story is famous. His in that case is used of the possessive pronoun. This story is Homer's. This story is his. The use of different pronouns as the possessive pronoun. So possessive nouns. So in this case, yeah, the one that I've highlighted with color green, they are the possessive pronouns, and the possessive pronouns are in red. So the possessive noun, in that case, is Homer's. They're the ones that I've indicated with green, and the possessive pronouns are red. That is his. So you have the possessive pronouns. We have they occur in two forms. One form is used before a noun, and the other one is used alone. For example, the possessive pronouns used before nouns in singular we have my, your, his, her, its, and used before nouns in plural form we have our, your, their. So what basically you have to understand in this case, the second person does not change. The way we said in the first in the personal pronoun that second person you does not change in either singular or plural. The same case here in the possessive pronoun, the second person you does not change in plural or in singular form. So you have the possessive pronouns used alone. For example, in singular we have mine, yours, his, hers, its, and they have I've arranged them in terms of the first person as mine, second person and third person, respectively. So I want you, in your own free time, before we meet next lecture, I have indicated it in the discussion forum. Discuss about now the use of demonstrative pronouns, the use of this, that, those, and there is some question you have to attempt so that next lecture you can be able to join us. So if you don't do the discussion forum will be when you post your discussion forum, it's the one that will be used to mark your attendance. So if you don't blame me, because 75% of the attendance is mandatory. So have said that, go and check on the demonstrative pronoun, and after that I think you will be in a good, in the best track. Yeah. So before I end, if maybe there are some concern, don't hesitate, don't call me but email me. In the course outline, in the introductory part, I have indicated my email, and please, if you do your email, be patient. I will respond to them accordingly. So, have a blessed afternoon. See you next week, same time, same place. Have a good weekend ahead.